Hi there, it's Troy. In this video, I want to explain a very simple strategy which you should adopt for maximum success in dating, business, and life in general in 2020. It's called Assess, Accept, and Adapt. But first, I need to remind you about my collection of 10 books on dating, relationships, and the sexual marketplace called Renegade Dating Blueprint. Due to unprecedented demand, I'm still making it available for the same low price of $39, full value $250, for the time being at least. So if you're keen to read my life's work in this space, then do hit the link in the description below before it's too late. I'd also like to remind you to join my daily email list for a free article from me delivered to your inbox Monday to Friday. If I get deplatformed from every social media channel on the planet, then as long as you're on my email list, you'll still be able to receive free regular content from me. Also, please do subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit notifications so you're kept up to date when I release new video content. Anyway, now let's jump into today's topic. If you take a look around the online men's space, the space that deals with sex, dating, and self-development plus related topics, you'll see that there are broadly two types of content creators out there. Those who want to change the world and those who want to change themselves. Now, at first glance, the former might seem to be the more noble, right? After all, who wouldn't like to change the world? To make conditions better for the men and women around us? To create a more stable society where human beings uniformly treat one another with respect and according to clear ethical standards? I'm sure a great many of us would like to see such a dream come true, but unfortunately it's just that, a dream. I don't want to come across as defeatist, but what you have to realize is that human nature is very deeply ingrained, more deeply even than societal programming, and that's pretty deep too. So if it's your aim to change the way people are fundamentally constituted, then realize you have an uphill battle ahead of you. That's 200,000 years worth of programming you want to unravel. And you are only one lone voice crying out in the wilderness. Yes, you might have tens of thousands of people following you on Twitter or some other platform, and you might have a close quota of associates racking up similar numbers, but that's still a drop in the ocean. You're not going to reprogram the collective unconscious from behind your laptop in Joe and the Juice. The kinds of people who seek to affect human and societal change tend to be trads, traditionalists, religious folk, and those at the far ends of both sides of the political spectrum. The underlying thinking of all these groups is, if only things were like this, then everything would be great. So let's find ways to force people to act like this. Let's take female promiscuity as an example. There are those who believe that girls sleeping around when they're young is responsible for the breakdown of society, since such girls find it harder to bond in relationships or marriage. Or so the thinking goes, anyway. The traditionalists' response to this is to try to find ways to reduce or eradicate female promiscuity through religious laws or via social shaming. Probably a lot of these trads would also legislate against female promiscuity were they in government. This is why you hear about people organising conferences to teach women how to be better. It's a symptom of the mistaken belief that human nature, in its bestial sense, is responsive to tuition. That people will do the right thing if you use logic and resonant arguments in persuading them to do so. But this approach is flawed. It just won't work. Put simply, the sex drive is far deeper and more inherent in both men and women than appeals to their better nature can reach. And the sexual impulse can't be turned on or off with logic. So people who attempt to do so are wasting their time. Even legal censure, which in practical terms is beyond the reach of most of us, only works to a certain extent. How many times have you read stories of infidelities and extramarital sex taking place in countries where such things are forbidden by law, and where there are sometimes severe punishments for transgressors? All of this is exactly why I recommend the 3 A's, assess, accept, and adapt, as a better way forward for you in 2020. Because really, the only thing in life you can control is yourself and your immediate circumstances. Therefore, it's better to take things as they are and plan your strategy accordingly. Here's how it breaks down. Assess the terrain honestly and ruthlessly, both your personal situation plus what's going on around you. How do people really act? Don't rely on online gurus to tell you. Trust your own observations and gut. Accept life the way it is. Yes, maybe the sexual marketplace isn't to your liking, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea to go on Twitter and moan. Instead, take a deep breath and decide to simply accept. Adapt. This is the most important part. Now you've worked out what your position is, both positive and negative, and accepted it, you're ready to plan your next move. The great news, as I said on Rule Zero recently, is that despite whatever challenges the current market may throw up, we also have more opportunities than ever before. You have all the information you need at your fingertips. You have instant, seamless connectivity via the internet and apps. You have cheap global travel. You have all the tools you need to live better than the richest sultan in his palace less than a century ago. So rather than railing against forces you can't influence in 2020 and becoming unhappy and bitter in the process, instead choose to assess, accept, and adapt, and move forward to a better life in dating, business, and sex. Okay, that's the end of the video for today. Just another quick reminder about Renegade Dating Blueprint, my bundle of 10 books, available for just $39 on the link below. Also, do hit subscribe and notifications to this channel, and do sign up for my daily email list as well for a free article from me from Monday to Friday. Again, the links are to be found in the description below. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, and we will speak again soon. Bye-bye.